I recently came across this phrase and I wanted to talk about it today. And the phrase is leading with love. All right, I know that lead with love, it could sound like a rom-com. It could sound like a book. It probably is a book. Most definitely is a book. I just Googled it. It is a book. But it's a phrase that I heard somebody talk about on Instagram with, and the idea of leading with love and its profound impact. And I reflected on this phrase, all throughout the day. And I just got to thinking about it and what it means to me and how it can impact you as an artist or somebody who creates music or film or dance or painting or aesthetics, whatever it does. This is my take on it. And I think that it can be of use to you, if anything at all. And leading with love to me is something that I've learned to do very recently. And the one thing I will say is that I wish I could have done it earlier. And leading with love has a lot to do with forgiveness, apologizing, grace, vulnerability, all these major things that are really big threats to the ego. And so for me, anything that was a threat to my ego, whoa, who are you? Whoa, I was very defensive about it. And I still do get defensive, but now I'm just a little more aware of, okay, well, we're in the ego right now. We're in self-preservation mode. Okay, why are we doing that? So it will still happen to me. I'm not just like devoid of, an ego all of a sudden. But leading with love for me became a skill set and mindset that I had to use for my relationship with my producer, Dr. Wiley, my relationship with everybody on set for the Van Duzens, and definitely my relationship with myself. I was not loving myself really at all several years ago, and I never really gave myself the benefit of the doubt or any grace or any positive self-talk. And I would just the thoughts I would honor and really allow to get top shelf in my head were very emblematic of the lack of love that I had in anything I was doing. And in leading with love, for me, it's been something that has impacted my mindset in just the way that I view projects coming up, and then also the way that I am able to conduct my relationships with people that I work with. And it's the idea that, how do I put it into words? For me, it's been giving grace to anyone unconditionally, as much as I can, because I know I'm a human and I got conditions on me regardless, but as unconditionally as I can, giving grace to everybody. And so that means whatever hangups I have that I'm bringing to the project or the set or the studio, I have to be aware of that. And that any projection on my part, I have to recognize as projection first. And so I really got to get into that space. Okay, why am I feeling terse, or why am I speaking to this person in this way, if it gets to that? But leading with love goes in saying, it doesn't have to come to that. It really doesn't have to come to that. And I'm working with these people because I trust these people and they trust me. The love is exchanged here. We are trusting one another going forward into this project or this relationship or whatever it may be. And when you lead with love, you give yourself the opportunity to have an extraordinary project. You give yourself the opportunity to have something better than you thought it was going to be. And so I've been a part of a lot of sets where there was not a lot of love. Oh God. And you can feel it right away. You can feel it right away, and it's okay to notice the absence. Like it's perfectly fine. It's just a dangerous place to get into because it can cause irreversible lack of trust. I don't think irreversible, but it can cause lack of trust. It can cause the cost of connection, the cost of self-expression, which is huge. And if the cost is self-expression in a lack of love, then your project is easily compromised, So you want to be aware of that, and then also, prioritize leading with love. And that, for me, that has been something that I've been doing with my family as of late. I've been doing it with my friends. I used to be very judgmental of what I say to my friends and what they say to me, and how our conversations go. And I would even try to curate, what we were going to talk about. And once I just let go, and I was just like, okay, let's just give some grace to the situation. It's going to be what's going to be. It turned out to be a lot better than I could have calculated or controlled. And so, yeah, I would encourage anybody in the arts or just any aspect of life to lead with love, and really figure out what that means to you as well. So with that being said, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Toussaint whole lot of love there, and for less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month. And it's just a lot of projects that I do, and for me, it was providing a place for people to go to get value from me, that's for a very small amount of money. Unreleased content, behind the scenes content, unreleased tracks, and then interviews with actors that I work with, get your names in the credits, all that good stuff. And then, and if you have any comments or questions on what leading with love means to you, totally want to hear about it in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as swiftly as I can. And we'll most definitely see you in the next video. Later.